I'm gonna give you a couple parlays I like tonight. They're all coming from the MLB strikeout category. First player I'm looking at is David Peterson. 4.5 is a prop. Pretty heavy favorite to go over at most of the books. He's went over this mark 46% of the time in 2024 against the team he's facing today. He only went over, well, he hasn't went over against the team he's facing today in his last meeting. 8-4-23. He only had one strikeout against them. Last 10, let's get his last 5. 40% over his last 5. He's had 4 3 times. He had 7 and 5 in one game. Again, the prop is 4.5. Books got him heavy favorite to go over 4.5. You can see PROPS.CASH had pushed it up to 5. Parlay Plays pushed it up to 5. We're going to take the over 4.5 strikeouts for David Peterson versus Baltimore. He's at home tonight. Second player we're looking at is Kevin Gausman. 5.5 strikeouts. Pretty decent favorite. As you see the numbers here, he hasn't been that great on over. This is for home and away games. 46% of the time he's went over. 2022 to 2024, 61% of the time. Look at his last 5, only 20%. Last 10, only 30%. Let's get a little deeper into this. He's at home tonight. Let's look at his home numbers. Home, he's pretty much 50% to go over 5.5 strikeouts. This year, 50%. 22 to 24, 58%. Last 10, 50%. Last 30, 60%. And you can see the last 5 and the last 15 numbers are both in the 40% range. Let's look at his odds. 5.5 at most of the books. As you can see, this looks like FanDuel's pushed it up to 6.5. Definitely go out to FanDuel and take the under 6.5. That's pretty much a lock-in bet right there. 5.5. Still leaning toward the over on this one. Basically because he's a better pitcher in home. Cincinnati is not the best hitting team. So we're going to take Kevin Gausman over 5.5 strikeouts. Next player we're looking at is Kyle Harrison. 4.5 strikeouts. Pretty heavy favorite to go over. 2024, he's went over this 57% of the time. 2022 to 24, 57% of the time. Last 10, 50. Last 5, 60. Last 15, 53% of the time. Let's look at the odds over here. 4.5 still at a lot of places. They're in home versus Chicago White Sox, one of the worst team in the league. You got to really take that into consideration. Harrison is probably a good consideration for a DFS pitcher also if you're playing DFS tonight. You can see PROPS.CASH, Parlay Play, Underdog, Dabble has all pushed it up to 5. Sleeper has left it at 4.5. That's definitely a good DFS pick'em selection right here at 4.5. Heavy favorite. Playing against the worst team in baseball. Not saying this is a lock, but this is a pretty good play. Kyle Harrison over 4.5 strikeouts.